You ever been sitting in traffic and just had a random thought pop into your head? Like, why do we drive automatic cars with only one foot? It seems kind of inefficient, doesn't it? Well, today we're going to get into the fascinating reason why, and trust me, it has a lot more to do with your brain than your car. I mean, on paper, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Your left foot can handle the brake, your right foot the gas. It feels like you'd have faster reaction times, more control, just a better system. But there's a huge hidden reason car designers have stuck with the one-foot method for decades.
All right, so here's the main idea. The whole thing boils down to one simple factor: how our bodies react in a total crisis. It has nothing to do with the car's mechanics and everything to do with our deep-seated human instincts when panic hits.
The one thing that automotive engineers are absolutely trying to prevent is something called misstepping. It's that split-second moment of pure blinding panic where your thinking brain just switches off and your body, it just reacts. And that one moment is what the entire one-foot system is built to defend against.
See, when we're suddenly terrified, our bodies have a couple of hardwired reactions we can't control. First, whatever our feet are on, we stomp down hard. And second, and this is the really critical part, we tend to stomp down with both feet at the same time. It's this involuntary bracing motion, and it's at the absolute heart of this whole design choice. So, let's just walk through the disaster scenario. Imagine you're driving, and the car right in front of you just slams on its brakes. If you were driving with 2 feet, your instinct would kick in and you'd slam them both to the floor. So, you're hitting the brake, which is good, but you're also flooring the accelerator at the exact same time. And this isn't just a theory. Real-world accident data shows this happens. The engine is screaming, fighting against the brakes, and you completely lose control. It's a recipe for catastrophe. So, if you can't really change a fundamental human instinct, what do? Well, you design a system that works around it. And this is where we get into this brilliant idea called foolproof design. This is the core concept, sometimes called poka-yoke in manufacturing. The goal is incredibly simple. Design something in a way that makes it physically impossible for the user to make a critical mistake. You're not just trying to fix errors, you're trying to eliminate the very possibility of them happening from the get-go. So how does this actually apply to your car? Well, the one-foot driving system is a perfect, elegant example of foolproof design. You physically cannot press both pedals at once. It forces your brain into a simple binary choice, this pedal or that one. It just simplifies everything, especially for new drivers or when you're tired or, you guessed it, panicked. Your left foot has exactly one job: stay out of trouble.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking right now. But wait a minute. What about race car drivers? They use 2 feet all the time. And you're absolutely right. They are the exception that proves the rule. And understanding why they can do it is key to understanding why we don't.
And this right here, this comparison just lays it all out. When we get into trouble, we react with raw instinct, which is emotional and frankly unpredictable. A race car driver, they react with thousands upon thousands of hours of training that builds pure muscle memory. They literally train every single day to override their natural instincts. Our cars are built to be super forgiving of our mistakes. Theirs, not so much. And that's really the bottom line. Professional racers are trained to be anti-instinctual. Their reactions aren't natural. They are meticulously learned and honed until they become automatic, a level of training you just can't expect from the general public.
Okay, so that pretty much settles the one-foot part of the equation. But that brings up another question. Why is it the right foot that does all the work? Why not use your left for the gas and your right for the brake?
Well, the answer here is a simple mix of human anatomy and smart risk management. For the vast majority of people, our right foot is stronger and has more precise motor control. And since the brake is without a doubt the single most critical safety component in the car, well, you want your best player on the most important position. It's just a simple calculation to reduce the odds of an accident. So, as we bring this all together, everything we've talked about, the panic, the instincts, the design philosophy, it all points to one single overarching principle that governs how your car is designed.
And this quote just says it all perfectly. The goal was never to build the most operationally efficient system for a perfect robotic driver. The goal was always to build the safest possible system for an imperfect human, a human who gets tired, who gets distracted, and in those very rare moments gets panicked. And that's the real takeaway here. The design prioritizes being not deadly over being elegant. Safety wins out over perceived efficiency every single time. It's a simple, robust, and brilliant solution to a very human problem. So I'll just leave you with this little thought experiment. Now that you know about this foolproof design philosophy, where else do you see it? What other clever designs are hidden in plain sight, quietly protecting us from our own worst instincts? It's something fun to think about. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.